Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Tea Time with the Blade Crew, where we cut through the BS. Hey, this is the Blade Crew. The B stands for Baxx, L for Laura, A for AJ, D for Donald, and E for Elisa. So thank you for joining our podcast. We hope if you have any comments, you're welcome to comment on those. Make sure to hit that like button and that subscribe button if you really enjoy us. And even if you don't, hit it back. So what's going on today, crew? We got a lot of good stuff to go with to talk about today. First thing up, we're going to do, as usual, our politics. And then later on in the show, our co-host Baxx will have a couple of very interesting interviews. So let's get started with politics. And Laura, what you got today?
Okay, so have you guys seen the mayor of Las Vegas talking to Anderson Cooper? Basically, she's saying that she wants to reopen the casinos. And she doesn't really care if people get sick, because she feels like our country has had viruses for centuries. So what do you guys think about her? And she also looked like she was on crack. I'm just going to say that.
She was on something, that's for sure. She gave me a headache.
I feel like everything is money driven. You feel me? I feel like people like that feel like they're going to be safe regardless. They can go somewhere, hide in a bunker, whatever the case may be. But let's go ahead and open up these casinos so, they can get paid and get them crazy paychecks and stuff like that. I feel like everything is money driven. People that only care about the economy, but they don't care about the people. I don't know. They scary people to me. I don't trust them, and I don't rock with them at all.
Yeah, I found it really strange that she said she wanted to make Las Vegas a control group, and then they told her she couldn't do it because it's against ethics. So she's like, I wanted to do it, but, they told me not to. Well, yeah, you can't do that to people.
And the worst part is she wants to be the placebo. So she doesn't even want to be like the state that gets the actual vaccine or whatever medicine. She wants to get the placebo, the fake stuff.
Exactly. So she'll be safe.
I don't know what's more priceless. I'm sure you guys saw the interview of Anderson Cooper with her in the background, in the other half screen on Entertainment Tonight. He was just like, either he was just rubbing his eyes because he was tired, or he was just in disbelief. But I believe
he was in disbelief.
I know.
He was in genuine disbelief. As most of the people that were watching it, they were in genuine disbelief.
I had to watch it twice.
Was drunk. Yeah, she literally was drunk on the broadcast. And he was asking her questions, and she was answering them, being snide about it, and not really answering the question, and just kept on going. Like, he would say, you're saying you want to open up casinos? Well, yeah, I'm saying, no, you're twisting my question. You're twisting my answers, Anderson. And he was like, no, I'm saying what you exactly said.
I hated how she said his name, too. She's like, Anderson. I'm like, he's my crush. He's my TV crush. Like,
he's everyone's TV crush.
He's yours or hers?
He's mine. I know he's gay, but I still love him.
The whole thing with her was that I understand that she wants to open Vegas because they thrive on their entertainment and everything. Like, you think of Vegas, you think of casinos and gambling and having fun and all that. That's what they thrive on. But the fact that she said, I want to open them, and then he said, how do you think they should go about keeping everyone safe, like 6 feet and all that stuff? She goes, that's their responsibility. That's not a mayor's responsibility to think of. And I'm like, you just want to open it without actually giving them ideas on how to do it safely? Like, that's stupid.
Honestly, I'm more concerned about the Bunny Ranch, to be totally honest with you.
The what?
The Bunny Ranch.
The Bunny Ranch. I'm more concerned about that.
Bunny Ranch.
Oh, yeah. Don't open that up.
You open that Bunny Ranch up, it's going to spike up. It might be uncontrollable if you open that Bunny Ranch up.
Yeah. But I can understand one part of it, because, like, even here in Florida, our economy is tourist and service industry driven. But again, no money should be more important than human lives. It's just that simple. You can say you want to open the economy and do all those things all you want to, but if people want to remain safe and they still have a fear of getting sick and possibly dying from this disease or this virus, no one's going anywhere until they're absolutely safe. We discussed that last week. Like Baxx said, they can open up anything they want to, but until I'm absolutely certain that I won't catch this virus, I'm not moving. And that's the general attitude people should take.
Right.
I think people don't think it's as deadly as they thought it was because a lot more people are catching it and recovering. So I feel like that's where her vibe's going. And then also, I don't know if you guys heard, but the governor of Georgia, was it? Yeah. He is trying to reopen the entire state. Like he's opening spas and salons, just things that people shouldn't be going to right away.
Bowling alleys.
Yeah. Like you
heard
put your
about
hands in
that.
those bowling balls and you're gonna get it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
I heard about that. Aren't they like open today? I believe I heard.
Yeah. He opened like
Hey.
as soon as the president said you could start opening.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
This is gonna backfire unless they know something we don't know. This is gonna backfire crazy. Unless they want it to. You never know, man. They might want it to go down like that. I heard there's a lot of money in this COVID-19 thing when it comes to like healthcare providers and different things. I heard there's a lot of money.
Well, it's not going to the doctors or anything because I have friends that are doctors and nurses,
Yeah,
and
really?
they're getting pay cuts, so it must be going to pharmaceutical if that's what you mean.
Oh yeah. Big pharma, of course.
Well, my wife is in the medical field. They cut her salary. I mean, she's still got to work a full week, and they cut her salary because they don't have the flow of patients coming in.
Yeah, one of my best friends is a nurse, and she's saying that it's not fair. They cut her salary, and she lost her health insurance because they cut her hours. So they're getting the short end of the stick being a nurse. I don't know how they're surviving. But pharmaceutical companies are probably going to get a lot of money, so I'll probably buy their stock.
Absolutely.
You might as well.
Doctor,
Give me a good
Dr.
ticker. I'm gonna go ahead and
said-
invest right now.
Go on Robinhood.com. It's amazing.
All right, cool.
Well, Dr. Fauci actually said that this virus will be coming back in the fall.
Yeah.
And he said he 100% guaranteed that. Okay, so if there's a 100% guarantee that this virus is coming back in the fall, why would you be in such a rush to open the economy?
Because it's obvious
Yeah.
he wants to get reelected. He wants the economy booming for his election. But did you watch the president though? He even said, he goes, we can't know for sure if it's coming back in the fall. And then a reporter said, Dr. Fauci said, and he goes, fake news, CNN, fake news. I don't want to hear from you. So we couldn't hear the rest of what he said.
And Dr. Fauci used to be his best friend, his BFF. And
Not
now
anymore.
Hey, I just noticed I have the YouTube video up, and I have the mayor and Anderson Cooper. Was he on Fox News at one point?
No, he was always on CNN.
yeah.
I could have sworn he was on Fox News. Okay, never mind.
No, he would. Don't insult him like that. He would never be on Fox News.
Speaking
But,
of the president, oh god, did you guys hear his new suggestion of how to combat COVID with the disinfectant?
Yes, that was genius because if you do infect bleach, it will kill the virus.
I mean,
He's right
yeah.
about that.
And
it'll
you.
kill other things, but you know.
Yeah,
It's like those medications, those like those ads where they say, "Oh, this medication will cure your cold," but then it'll kill you in 1,000 other ways. It's like that.
So, what did you guys think about it? Because I have a lot of friends that are Trump supporters, and they believe that what he meant was something different than what he said. They're saying there's something called medical disinfectants, as in you could put something in your body and it will disinfect your body. I don't think that's what he meant because he commented right after that lady talks about non-porous disinfectants. I think he was full of shit, but what do you guys think?
I think that if he did mean, oh, non-porous blah blah blah, he needs to not say anything and leave that to the people with the medical degree, the medical knowledge. Of course, there are scientists and medical personnel working on things all the time, like crazy things that we think are crazy. They've actually studied and can tell you, yeah, it works or this doesn't work. But they need to say that, not him. And I'm pretty sure his aides did not even know he was going to say that, so they couldn't even like prepare themselves.
No, I agree. I mean, I don't know his publicist or whoever, his aides or whoever, exactly what you said. They should have said, hey, well, Donald, let's scale it back a little bit. But then again, you're dealing with the Americans that take things out of proportion. And I mean, remember the Tide Pod challenge a few years ago? People started doing that, and they think, oh, this is great. They've been endorsed by the president, but he didn't say ingest bleach or Clorox. He didn't use those words, but he certainly got pretty darn close to it by disinfectant. And what's the first thing you think of when you hear disinfectant? Those items.
Disinfectant. That's what he said. He didn't tell you, oh, go inject bleach or go inject it. But he said, we should test it, to the scientists. And they're like, nah.
I saw a meme a while ago. I don't know who posted the meme, but it was the meme that said, it was like some guy, it was like from a horror movie or some sort, and he was like glowing. And he says, this is what happens when you drink bleach and shove a UV light up my ass. And he was all glowing. The memes are already out there. Yeah, the memes are already out there.
Lysol just released their PR stuff saying, please don't inject anything that we have because of all this. Lysol and other companies, they had to release statements saying, please don't inject anything.
Huge Twitter.
And I also think he just need to stop giving medical suggestions. He just need to focus on trying to get the country back, get the country safe, but just stop giving medical suggestions on his own. I think he need to stay away from that. He need to shy away from any type of medical suggestions of what he heard or what he think might be good, but he just need to stay away from that. He just need to focus on America and the people and let the doctors do their job.
I agree. He's not a medical professional, but he's also very stupid. No offense to any supporters. He's very dumb. I'm just going to say that.
Well, the bottom line is that he'll literally tell you, I'm not a doctor. Believe me, I'm not a doctor. But I'm very smart, so I know what I'm talking about. And it's like,
oh, okay.
There are actual doctors who've been doing this for 40 years sitting to your left and to your right. Let's let them talk. Let them talk, because they'll say the opposite of what he wants them to say.
Yeah, he'll cut their airtime. But I do want to bring up this, though. So a lot of Trump supporters were saying that he meant a medical disinfectant, which I really don't think that's the case, because he said that he was being sarcastic. So if he was being sarcastic and he really meant like a medical disinfectant, that would be cruel, right? Because we're really trying to find a cure. Yeah. But the only reason why he would say it was sarcasm is because he literally meant it was a disinfectant on a non-porous surface like Lysol or something. So his supporters are kind of doing mental gymnastics. I'm losing brain cells talking to them. So I've muted a bunch of them. I can't continue with them.
They're trying to make it clean up what he said. Mm-hmm. He just doesn't want to admit, listen, I spoke out of term. I did not mean blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry. He doesn't want to say that. He would rather...
He looked, in the case, he looks bad. However, if you're being sarcastic, if you said it and you were serious, it doesn't matter. He looks bad either way.
Yeah, it does. It does. I think we just dropped Elise. We're practicing our social distancing, folks. So we're using our resources that we have as Skype here. And it looks like Elisa dropped out in mid-sentence. I do apologize for that. We'll try to get her back on the line as well. But yeah, do we still have everybody else besides Donald?
I'm still here.
Okay, good.
Everybody's there.
Okay, good. So, Baxx, so you said you were telling us the other day that you have a friend that was up in the New York area?
Yeah, definitely. I got a couple people that's up in the New York area. I got a friend of a family member that's actually in New York City. She's like right in the heart of the corona. Then I have a little cousin who's up in upstate New York who actually was a survivor of corona. So I just want to basically bring them on and talk to them about their experiences.
Okay.
Yep, I'm working on it right now. Just these guys keep on talking.
Okay.
That's cool. I'm excited to hear about their experiences, especially in the epicenter where the virus is spreading so quickly.
Yeah, really, that's terrifying.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
The first person
I want to hear about his cousin, the one that survived the coronavirus. Like, how does he feel? Was he, did he think that he would be one of the people that would test the virus? And
right.
That's going to be a real interesting conversation.
Definitely is. Whatever questions you have for him, don't be shy. Just ask him anything that I don't ask them, just go ahead and just jump right in, man, because inquiring minds definitely want to know, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But it'll be very interesting to hear his perspective. Like, how did he feel before he contacted the virus? How does he feel now after he's had the virus and survived it? And what was he going through? You know,
All right, let's see. We're gonna get Christine on the line here, so let's dial her up. Christine, welcome to our show. Can you hear us?
Yes, hi, how you doing?
Good afternoon.
hello, how are you?
Hello. Hello.
Hi,
How's it going?
how you doing? Good, how are
I'm,
you
o-
today?
I'm okay. I'm okay. The question is, how are you today?
I'm doing a little bit better than yesterday, more positive. You know, I'd always be positive in the negative situation. So it's always about
De-
clearing the mindset and putting positivity in your mind.
Definitely, I definitely agree with that. The reason why I wanted to bring you on the podcast because I met you a few years ago. You were definitely a close friend of the family, and I got family in New York City. But my cousin Mo suggested that, you know what, my cousin sells sea moss, and for you to get some, just to make sure that you and your family are straight and just have some preventatives when you're dealing with this COVID-19. But as I was getting your information, we had a conversation, and it kind of like hit me real hard. You was talking about some of the things that you experienced just being around everybody with COVID-19. Now, can you tell us again what part of New York City you're in?
Yeah, I'm in the Chelsea part of Manhattan. It is the really the heart of what's going on in Manhattan as far as the COVID being the highest in New York.
So about yourself, did you manage to stay COVID free?
I've been COVID free. My whole entire family's been COVID free also. I do have a child with lung disease and severe asthma in the home. She has not left the home neither. None of my kids have left the home in a month.
Wow.
The key factor is keeping yourself indoors and also taking care of yourself. You know, like any measures have to clean everything as it comes in, taking off your clothes if you have to go outside and stripping down and washing everything right away. I've been doing my best to make sure that, everything is clean.
What do you feel like you're doing
And
different?
and I'm also limiting myself to go outside once a week though, too.
Okay, is that what you feel like you're doing differently than that a lot of people are not doing?
I do feel that way because a lot of people in my you be on Facebook or Instagram and you see people doing like hanging out or whatever. And I mentioned to you the other day, a lot of people that I know are dying. At least I at least know at least 40 to 50 people in the last 3 weeks that have passed away. Basically co-workers, 2 housing guys I know from my development, people I know from Staten Island. I'm from Staten Island, so with New York is broken down in 5 boroughs. I don't know if everybody's aware of the Wu-Tang Clan. That is where Staten Island is. The map, West MDs, that's where Staten Island, that's where I'm from. And a lot of people out there are not taking, and in general, are not taking this serious. They doing whatever they want to do and hanging out with friends and doing whatever. And as you see them 3 weeks ago hanging out outside, and now they're dead. Like, and I was mentioning also to you, it's predominantly black men this is happening with. A few black women too, but it's predominantly mostly black men. Some have underlying conditions and some don't.
That's when you said mostly black men, that kind of like hit me like real heavy, being that I am an African American male. And the fact that, in the beginning, a lot of people were African Americans were thinking they couldn't get it. Now they are the ones that are dying the most. It kind of like threw me for a loop. So the fact that you said mostly like African American males that are dying, what do you think is going on with them that are why do you think they are the bulk of the people that's dying, like from what you see and from what you notice?
And what I'm seeing is a lot of them, like I'll give you an example. People are dying and people are like in New York, I don't know if it's in other areas, but whoever's on the phone, we do candle visuals. They do a candle visual the day of the death or the next day, and people are getting together doing candle visuals, and it could be Staten Island is a very small community. So, for instance, Darryl Hill, who was Capazon, his mother passed away like 2 weeks ago, and they had a candle visual in Park Hill, the Wu-Tang district, and there was over 300 people in the street with no mask on, with the candle visual. I'm watching it on Facebook Live, and now some of those people have passed after that whole candlelight visual. So it's like you're seeing people not complying. When you look on the news, Cuomo and De Blasio, they have speaking every day. I don't know if anybody's catch Cuomo. He's a really good governor in my state. He keeps us abreast on everything that's going on every day. We're learning new things. And, you know, when you hear about non-compliance of not going outside, people are not taking this serious. So what I'm seeing is a lot of people are not listening. They're not cleaning up. They're not putting stuff on their face. They're not taking the proper precautions. And then that leads to me, why is Atlanta now opening up? Why is Atlanta opening up, yes, as of yesterday, to allow places to be open? It's not safe. Why is that happening?
So
Makes you start to wonder, what is this
crazy.
all about? Is this population control? What is this? What are we doing? I mean, it is a real disease, but why is it infecting certain people and not others?
That's a great question. But you really feel like it's a vast majority of people that are dying that are not taking it seriously, that are just treating it like a joke and still doing what they want to do and moving how they want to do? Do you feel like that's like one of the main reasons?
I think it's somewhat of the reason. I think people are not taking care of themselves either.
Wow.
It's hitting places where people are not taking care of themselves in their health.
Absolutely. We discussed that last week. Yeah. Christine, this is Donald. How are you today?
Hello.
Hi. Do you work in the front line?
I actually do work for NYPD, but I am teleworking from home. I am not an officer. I'm a civilian employee. So I do see a lot going on where in the news they're telling people to stay home, but they're not complying. People are not complying. We have a curfew out here. And it's sad that people have to go out to enforce this, and people are still not complying.
Yeah, we had a situation like that down here in Tampa where we had a stay-at-home order, and one of the county commissioners went out to a park, and there were like 200 or 300 people at the park celebrating Easter, and he went to work Monday morning and he instituted a curfew, and that's one of the things that I was saying. Like, I mean, I understand we're under. We don't have all the same things that other people need, and poverty has a lot to do with it. But also being responsible, to me, has a big thing to do with it. We're just not responsible. We're just not taking it seriously until it hits home, and then we want to say it's population control. But if we took the measures that were placed in front of us, we'd be a lot safer. We just have to start taking it more serious.
This is very true, because if you look at Cuomo's stats, Spanish people are first, because New York is more predominantly Spanish, then Black, then white, then Chinese, Asian. Now the Asian community, they always, regardless of anything, they always wear masks 24/7. It doesn't matter about this COVID. Before there's a COVID, Baxx will tell you. You come to New York, you go to Chinatown, everybody has a mask on. Am I right?
That's a fact.
They wear a mask. Why do they wear a mask? I wonder. You gotta wonder about these things.
Wow.
So I do have a question. This is Laura, by the way. Do you think the people that are dying, the people that you see, are they like elderly people, or are they just like regular people? Because
absolutely not. I know somebody who just died. No, absolutely not. Someone just died. I know, is 28 years old yesterday. Very healthy young man. 28 years old.
And that's what I was wondering, because a lot of people that I know are just like, oh, only old people and people with immunocompromised systems are passing. They're like, it's just like the flu. They would have died anyways. But I'm just like, I really don't think that's the case. I think anybody could die from this disease.
Yeah. And they're saying that people who smoke cigarettes, things that are you doing to your body, that you're not taking precautions with your lungs. This is a respiratory issue. Like this disease has to do with the respiratory. So if you're not taking care of your lungs and things in your body, you're gonna cause yourself to get sick. Also, when I first came on, if you remember, I said about negativity. Negative thinking brings stress. Stress makes you get ill. Your immune system will go down. There's cortisone in your body, and there's toxins in your body. If you have stress, it causes to be inflammation to things that go on in your body just because of stress.
That is true. So you're saying basically you could be healthy, but you could also be a stressed out person, which would lower your immune system
Correct.
and cause you to get sick. That's a
Correct.
good point.
I believe so.
Anybody got any more questions for Christine?
Yeah, Christine, this is AJ. I'm originally from Long Island myself. I've been down here for about 20 years at this point. What is the, like, I've seen videos of like Times Square and, and how empty the streets are, and you're painting a different... Oh, it is. Okay. You sound like you're painting a different person.
No. In Manhattan,
yeah,
it's bare. I'm talking about Staten Island, where I was thinking about Wu-Tang Clan. It's parts of Staten Island and in Brooklyn, in predominantly, and I'm not trying to be like, please don't think I'm being a racist, predominantly black neighborhoods, they're chilling. If it gets to be 65, they're having a barbecue and everybody coming through.
I'm not
Over
gonna lie, I
here,
miss the barbecues.
everybody is in the house. Everybody is in the house. We are not going outside. It's hard to find toilet paper. It's hard to. I had to buy Lysol for $12 a can. Okay, normally it would be like $5. The prices, inflation is going up. Eggs are like $5 in New York City for 1 dozen eggs, which would have been $1.50 like a month ago. Things are going up, and we have to prepare ourselves for different things. Like, you shouldn't be, like, another thing, do research. Nobody should be drinking no milk. Milk causes a lot of mucus in your body. So I changed my
because I drink coffee every morning and I put milk or creamer in my coffee, and I was just telling them that I started to. Yeah, it's not good. I looked that up actually.
I changed to almond milk a few months ago, but now I won't even buy no milk. Like, I'm buying almond milk because it's not milk. Like, the milk products have like mucus that it causes mucus.
It is good because we shouldn't be drinking cow's milk anyways. It's for cows.
Yeah.
That's a whole different thing, but I'm just saying.
That's good. Elisa, how about you, ma'am? You got anything you want to say?
Yeah, I have one question. Hi, this is Elisa. And I know you said that your son has asthma. I too also suffer from asthma.
My daughter, yeah.
Your daughter? I also have asthma as well. Is it hard to keep your kids inside and have them understand you can't go outside?
Well,
good question.
Good question. My daughter at 3 years old almost died because her body rejected that. She got caught this thing called RSV. RSV is a respiratory infection. Both my two daughters are 14 months apart. One is 14, one is 15. They were in the hospital for like 3 weeks. One got better, one didn't. So I have an asthma and lung disease because the lung disease causes the lung. We have like different threads in the lungs. So when inflammation happens or things, it becomes damaged. So now my kids know, and I do also have an 18-year-old son, my kids know there's certain things that I don't tolerate. And that's one thing is you have to protect your own. You have to protect your sister and your brother. So we're not going to allow nothing in the household to come in here to infect it. So that being said, we had a sit-down conversation. Hey, listen, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to ruin your summer. I'm not trying to ruin your day. I'm not trying to ruin your life. But right now, social distancing. I had a little resistance from one of my kids. She wanted to have some sleepovers. I said, you can have a virtual sleepover. Guys can be on video all night. It's fine. And it is what it is. You have to just accommodate in a certain way without them being like feeling like they're like depressed, because as teenagers they have to go through their own hormones and they all go through their own sadness. So being at home can make you really sad. You have to strengthen your mind and do things for your mind to allow yourself to become open and so that you won't be depressed.
Right.
So with that being said, also with the asthma, my daughter is a homebody, so she actually doesn't mind being at home. So with her, I was blessed that she's like the way she is.
That's good.
Do you guys go outside just to get the sunlight, just like go stand outside or go for a quick walk and then come back in?
No, I haven't allowed. No, my children, no, they're not allowed outside.
Okay.
No.
That's good.
I don't want them outside. I live in a very infested area. Like the New York City, if you look at Manhattan, it's the worst. My area, I live near the meatpacking district. It's very, very bad right now. So it's like really to the point where do you allow the person to go out, your kids to go outside to the park, but if you might be in fear that they might touch something.
Right.
Why would you want to do that? You know, like anybody comes down in contact. There are people still that don't want to wear masks. They don't want to comply. So why would I allow my children to go outside when people are not complying?
I say just keep them in. Just keep them in till this blows over. Keep them in. I don't care how long you gotta keep them in. Just keep them in the house. And stay safe. Keep doing what you're doing. It seems like you are covered. You got yourself in a bubble in the midst of a storm. And I definitely respect that about you. I respect how you're moving. That's why I really wanted to get you on this podcast, Christine. I appreciate you for coming in and just sharing your experience on our podcast. You stay safe. If there's anything that you need from me or anything that I could help you out with, just let me know. And we could definitely help you out there. But we definitely appreciate you for coming on, the whole Blade crew.
Yeah, thank you. It was very
I
interesting.
appreciate you having me. Thank you so much. And Baxx, thank you so much again for the stuff that you provided, the information you provided to me. How important it is to, incorporate certain like natural ingredients into your life, like you've been telling me. And I really am open to that. And I thank you for that too.
Definitely. You family. So I'm definitely going to do whatever I can.
Thank you.
And you be safe.
You
be safe out there in New York City. All right.
You guys will all be safe too. Thank you so much for your time.
All right,
and
thank you so
many
much for coming
blessings
on.
and stay healthy and happy, okay? Just remember,
Thank
turn the
you.
negative into a positive. You got to always change lemons into lemonade.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, Christine, thank you for coming on. We do appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye. Wow, guys, that was crazy. I mean, that's in the heart of what, Manhattan? Jesus.
Yeah.
I was
Wow.
going to say, it's hard for her because I take my kids out, because they need to get a little bit of sunlight, but she's in that place where it's like so bad. It must be so hard for her kids. Like they're teenagers. Like that's.
I understand her. Like I said, I have asthma and I have bad
Right.
lungs. So I haven't been outside. Like the furthest I go is in my backyard. And that's because I know it's safe back there. I haven't been outside in forever and I don't want to.
There's a killer outside, yo. That's what I tell my
It's
kids. There's a
marijuana.
killer outside that you can't see. And that's how I break it down to my kids.
They're saying the projection of the spit or whatever from your mouth. They don't really know how far it goes, like that one scientist, so they call it a half-life. But they're saying it doesn't go that far, so that's why you can go outside and you can walk 6 feet apart from people and you probably won't get it. But I do understand her. I mean, she's in that area where like everyone's dying around her. Like I wouldn't go outside.
Yeah.
It's some Resident Evil stuff going on.
Yeah.
So we also, Baxx, you had another friend of yours, or is it a family member?
This is actually not a friend. This is my little cousin. I watched him grow up. I watched him in diapers. We're going to go upstate. So we just was downstate New York City. We're going to go upstate New York,
All right.
Syracuse, New York.
Let's get him on the line. Let's get him on the
Yeah.
line. Hold on.
Okay.
Hello, Tamaris. Are you on the line?
Tamaris.
What's going on, cuz?
Little cuz, how are you, man? I'm so excited to be able to talk to you, be able to hear from you, cuz. We was worried about you, cuz. Like, I was worried about you, but I knew that you was going to be okay. You feel me? You young and you strong and you vibrant, cuz.
That's a fact, like, I'm glad to be here, man. Like, it was a long road, cuz, but I tell you, man, like, I'm gonna be real, I ain't even think I had it, man. But, like, something told me, like, yo, go get tested, man. And I went and got tested, and they let me know, like, probably, like, 4 or 5 days later that I tested positive. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Crazy.
So you tested positive for the COVID-19, cuz. So tell me a little bit about that test. What was that test about? Explain that a little bit.
Like, when I took, like, first of all, when I took that test, man, like, they had stuck a little Q-tip in my nose and everything, like, and they did that. And then when I had found out that I had got tested, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, like, I was like shook a little bit because I knew what it was doing to people. You know what I'm saying? And then,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Once they told me that and everything, like, I knew right then and there, like, yo, take this serious. Like, you gotta take action now. The only thing I could really do at that point is get rest. I couldn't be around nobody. They told me over the phone I couldn't be around nobody. I couldn't be around my family, nobody. So at that point, I had to chill and relax and get rest.
So, cuz, let me ask you this question: how was it being quarantined in a house, and you in a house with what, three other people, your mom, your dad, and your little sister? And what measures did you use to keep them safe and make sure that they didn't contract the COVID? Like, what did you have to do?
Like, the main thing I told you, like, I had to do, cause be real, was just get rest, man. You know what I'm saying? Get a lot of rest. That's the only thing I could do. I couldn't move. Like, my body wasn't letting me move. You know what I mean? Every time I stand, I feel dizzy. You know what I'm saying? So the major thing, like, is just getting a lot of rest. That's what caused it. But it felt like being in the house, man, like, it felt like I was in jail, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't do nothing. Couldn't really talk to nobody, you know what I'm saying? It was
So
crazy for
let me
me.
ask you this: how was, like, Aunt Mamie, which is his mom, we call her Aunt Mamie? How was she, like, feeding you, and how were you getting your food and getting the things that you needed to be strong without them getting, like, the COVID-19? What did they do? Did they come in the room with the mask on? Like, how did they deal with you?
Nah, the thing is, she couldn't even come in the room. Like, she had to sit outside my door. Like, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying? She couldn't make no contact with me. But the thing is, even when I tried to eat some food, I couldn't. Because what the COVID do is it limits your appetite. You know what I'm saying? So you can't eat nothing. That's why even now, like, I see my body, I lost a lot of weight because I couldn't really eat during that time. Not even now, but before when I had it, I couldn't really eat, and it limits your appetite, man. Couldn't do none of that.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy.
How old are you?
That's
24.
Wow. And how you feeling now? How you feeling right now?
I'm feeling good right now. You know, it's just the major thing for me right now, to be honest, is just getting my energy back. You know, but I'm feeling good though. You know, I'm able to walk right. I'm not getting dizzy, so I'm good.
What was your time frame on that? How long ago was this when you were what started everything? You were just getting body aches, sort of like a flu type symptoms, or what was you?
Yeah, okay. So the symptoms that I was getting, well, first started with like a fever. That's how it started. You know, normal temperature is like 98. I had a fever like 102, 103. So I had went to the doctor. They told me that, and then I started coughing a lot. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I had got tested a day later, a day or two later, and that's when they told me I had tested positive for COVID.
So my name is Laura. Hi. I have a question. So when did it start to get bad for you? I know you said you got a fever, then you were coughing. Was it like when you did you ever feel like you couldn't breathe and that's why you lost your appetite? Like when did it get like really bad for you?
Like, it started really getting bad for me. Like, after I got tested, like, it started really, the symptoms really started, everything else started coming along, like me getting dizzy, me not being able to eat, and all that. So everything started like trickling down after that. And like I said, like, even me like getting up, the main thing for me when I try to get up, even like walking up the stairs, and I would get dizzy. Like, so I really couldn't do a lot of movement. A lot of movement for me was limited. It was just a lot of laying down.
Wow. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better. That's insane.
Anybody got any more questions for Lil Cuz?
No, I just
Okay, I have a small question. So, yeah, are you completely over it? Like, did you go to the doctor and get checked up, or do you just feel better and you think you're over it?
Well, the thing is, I actually feel better, and that's the thing. I actually feel better. Now they said, now I did some research too. They said, um, even like 10 days after you get cleared. So I got cleared about, I want to say like 4 or 5 days ago. But they said even after getting cleared, it could linger around like 10 days after.
Oh, okay. So are you still
Yeah.
like
So
staying away from your family then, like staying in your room?
no, I'm not staying with my family because, like I said, I feel better, and I'm not experiencing any after effects of COVID.
Oh, okay.
Like, I'm able to move a lot. I'm able to, I don't have a headache. I'm not getting dizzy or none of that anymore.
I'm glad you survived.
Yeah,
yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely.
definitely, definitely.
Hey man, this is Donald. How you doing today? My name is Donald. How are you today?
I'm good.
Good, man. Listen, I just wanted to ask you a couple of questions. First, how has how has this your perception of the disease changed since you got it? Like, how did you feel before you got COVID versus how you feel now after you contracted it and recovered from it?
I'm gonna say now or before I had it, like I had a lot of energy. You know what I'm saying? I had a lot of
Hmm.
energy before I had it, and now I'm just like gaining my energy back. You know, even when I was at work, like yesterday, man, I was doing some work and I got tired kind of quick and I had to sit down. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, the biggest thing right now for me is just gaining that energy back. As before, when I didn't have it, I had a lot of energy. I was
Right.
able to do a lot of things.
Well,
That's the biggest.
did you think that you would be one of the people that would contract the COVID-19 virus? Were you taking the precautions that were outlined before you got the virus? Were using social distancing and things like that?
Yeah. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't really take it serious, honestly, and I really wasn't practicing a lot of the precautions. I was still going around a lot of people. I was still going around a lot of people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was doing that, and
Yeah.
I didn't. I was one of the ones. I was one of the ones like, nah, I ain't gonna get it because I'm young. I'm like my immune system good. I ain't going. You know what I'm saying? It affects a lot of older
Absolutely.
people. Hey, I ain't gonna get it. Like, but then after getting it, it kind of opened my eyes. Up, like, dang, like this is real. Like anybody can pick this up. That's
So,
the biggest
so
thing. You know what I mean? I
your
took it
attitude
real
about
serious.
the virus certainly changed after you contracted the virus.
Definitely, definitely
Yeah, that's
did.
good, man. So now you're a living testimony, man, and I'm so thankful that you're able to recover and you're getting your strength back
Yeah.
and you're here to tell us, you know, firsthand that this thing is real. So I appreciate you,
Mhm.
coming on. I appreciate Baxx calling his cousin, and we've been looking out for you, saying our prayers for you, bro. And I appreciate you coming on and talking to us about it.
Definitely, man. I appreciate y'all for having me. 'Cause, I'm able to share my story with people to let them know that, hey, this is what you have to do in order to survive and be able to live the rest of your life, man.
Definitely.
All right,
Definitely.
Tamaris, I do appreciate it. Thank you. I really do. And man, and you take it easy. And when do you go for your follow up for your first or second follow up test? You go pretty soon, or you already done it?
Honestly, I don't. Honestly, I got cleared. I don't go back to anything. They haven't. The docs haven't told me to come back to anything. As of right now, I'm cleared to go any place I want, do anything I want. But
Good.
again, like also I'm taking a lot of precautions about where I go. You know what I mean? 'Cause I'm still like fresh off recovery,
Yeah.
so
Right.
I don't want to put myself in that situation.
Absolutely.
So I'm just
That's
taking
good.
precautions.
All right. Well, thank you
Yeah.
very much, and
Thank you for
definitely
coming
thank you for
on.
coming on, and enjoy the rest of your day.
All right,
Thank
cuz.
you. Y'all too.
Okay. Bye
All right,
bye.
cuz I'll see you later.
Bye
All
bye.
right.
Yep.
Wow, that's pretty crazy stuff. Somebody with a firsthand knowledge and experience. That's scary
Yeah.
stuff. And you know what fascinates me is, he was just like every other young fellow, like, oh, I'm invincible, and I won't get it. And man, how it changes your perspective on once you do get it. And I certainly hope that his friends also caught on to it. Like, man, a buddy of mine here has it. I better be careful myself too.
Right.
So that was one of the most important things that I wanted to get out. How your perception of the virus, like people's perception of the virus, is so different until they get it. We've had two very different perspectives of this. Like we had somebody who's seeing, she's telling us how she's seeing people acting a certain way, and then we had a guy on here who was actually acting that way, saying like, "Listen, man, I ain't gonna get the virus. I was hanging out with everybody. I was doing this, I was doing that, and then I got the virus." And then you had the young lady Christine on saying people are just being ignorant. They're out there partying, they're having barbecues, and see if you've never been to New York, like well, I guess that most people here are from New York. When in New York, it's not like out here in Florida where there's open spaces and you're outside. And in New York, they're having a barbecue like inside of an apartment that's like 900 square feet.
Yeah,
Right.
So
pretty much.
everybody's jammed in there, and the music is playing, and or they're outside in the park, and even the park is small. So it's like a block party where it's like thousands of people in a confined space. Like when I was young, I lived in a project where there were 300,000 people. You know, and This is like in a 3-block radius. There were 300,000 people in that project, and these are just adults. They're not even counting the kids.
Right,
so
absolutely.
you can imagine the congestion and all the people in a confined space, just a barbecue. So it's just, that's why New York is the epicenter. So many people in such a confined space, and it's just easy to contract it. And you're touching so many things, mass transit, the bodegas and the stores you go into where, it's just so much going on and so many people in such a small place. And, I'm just thankful that the young man, was able to recover from that disease, that virus, and his experience. And let this be a good lesson for all of us, that we have to take this thing seriously.
Absolutely.
It's interesting though, some of the stuff that he said. So after he recovered, he said he was clear, but I did wonder how, once you recover, don't you get the antibodies, and couldn't you then infect other people? I was just wondering about that. I don't know if he would know, but I know my brother had it, and they told him to stay quarantined even after he felt better, just because he has the potential to reinfect other people. Wow. So I don't know.
That I'm not 100% sure of. That I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I hear so many conflicting things. I hear people saying, yeah, once you have it, you got the antibodies, and they're going to use your, hopefully you could donate your blood. And so,
right.
Yeah,
all
some
that
celebrities are actually doing that.
There's some people they're taking the antibodies and trying to develop a vaccine for it.
Yeah.
Well, the antibodies are the virus. It's a milder form of the virus that's being injected to you. So yeah, but you can still infect other people, right? I'm assuming.
I'm guessing so. I mean, geez, such a new virus. We don't know too much about it versus the flu or anything else. But man, yeah. So Baxx, I do.
Like my thing, I'm not a doctor, so I don't know.
We just play one on this podcast, right?
Can I just say that I died laughing at to mute my microphone when your friend said that the Chinese people wore the masks already. She's like, if you go to Chinatown, they already have those masks.
It's true.
On.
It's true.
It is true.
Maybe they know something we don't. I don't know. God.
No, it's their culture.
Yeah, it's their culture.
Yeah. So, what do you guys think? I mean, thanks, Baxx, for sharing those stories with those folks that you brought on the show. I really do appreciate it. What do you guys? Are you guys getting the itch for sports?
Definitely.
Oh man.
The virtual
I
draft.
miss my baseball.
You got your baseball. I miss my hockey, and we got this virtual football draft, and Tom Brady coming to Tampa Bay. All right, and then his buddy. Who's his buddy that's coming over?
Rob Gronkowski.
Yes, him. Yes. Did you guys hear? Brady is really making an impact at Tampa Bay. He went to a local park here in Tampa to go work out. Man, you're trying to you're trying to make a statement for yourself, and that's certainly one way you could be doing it. Go into a park and get kicked out and say, hey, you're not belong here. Get out of here.
Wait, who did that?
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady, he went into someone's house or something.
Yeah.
He went into the wrong area. He was trying to go work out, and he went into I don't know if it was someone's house or something. He went somewhere.
Well, and also he was on the way home and went to the wrong house. He went to the wrong.
That was a different thing. He was trying to meet up with somebody on his team or some coordinator, and they had the exact same house. So he just barges in, and then he didn't even knock because it's his friend. So he barges in and puts his bags down, and then he said, "Oh my God, am I in the wrong house?" And then he runs out. He runs.
He's not having a good day.
Oh, poor Tom.
Be careful. This is a gun state.
Someone get him a GPS.
Well, the dude that went on the interview he said he was happy that Tom Brady broke into his house.
I mean, it's Tom Brady, obviously. Anyone's gonna be happy if a freaking athlete like that breaks into your house. You're gonna be like, yeah, sure, come in.
He was trying to get an autograph, and he said Tom Brady ran out, so bad for him.
I'm sure when things calm down, he'll go just get the autograph he wanted.
I think the Bucks need to give him a GPS or a map or something.
Donald,
he's new. It's not his fault. He's new to Tampa.
He's new.
Donald, what were you saying?
He went to the park to work out, and the mayor saw him, and she was like, "I'm sorry. I know you're Tom Brady, but the park is closed." Right?
What did he say? He should have been like, "No, I didn't know."
Yeah. Like, oh, my bad.
I don't know about you, but there's a park right here by my house. They have this crime scene tape up saying "Do not enter." So maybe that park didn't have it. I don't know. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, but he better turn the Bucks around this year. But yeah.
Oh man.
But now they're saying that it's safer to be outside because sunlight and UVA rays kill, like, within like 5 minutes or 5 seconds, kill the virus on surfaces. So they're saying parks are safe now.
Yeah,
I'm just
like,
disclaimer,
stand in
but
the
that's what the
sunlight.
scientists said.
We're going to find out in
Disclaimer.
Florida on Friday.
Yeah, we'll find out. They're supposed to open up Florida, not open up Florida, but they're aiming for like the end of next week. I mean, I'm curious to see if they're if our
He
governor.
said May 1st
Yeah.
is what he said. So that's Friday.
Yeah, this coming
Yep.
Friday.
Everybody, don't go to the hair salons because I don't want to go there and see everybody there. Like, I'm going.
They're gonna be booked. Like, I've already like put that in my mind. It's gonna be booked for like months.
Oh, I know.
That sucks because I really want to get my hair cut.
Yes, me too.
Laura,
I'm
you
still not going. I'm gonna let y'all test it out first for like a month or two.
Well, I'm going to bring Lysol like the president told me to,
Yeah.
and disinfectant, and
Bring your
start
little
infecting
Lysol
people.
martini.
Exactly.
Holy cow. What's remember last week I was talking, or 2 weeks ago or whatever it was, my kids were talking about the poop on the Amazon Alexa.
Oh, the farting.
Yeah, the farting. So I have a little bit of a follow-up story, not really pending with the Alexa. Yeah, I know. So a friend of mine is moving out, and he gave us a few stuff that he no longer needs, otherwise he was going to throw it away. So my kids got the poop emoji pool floats. They actually make this. It looks like the poop
Yeah, I
emoji.
love those.
And my kids are like, remember that song back in the 90s, the 69 Boys, Tootsie Roll?
That's too old for me.
Okay, remember here.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I know that song.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you remember this song from 1994? It's a lousy audio quality. So they played the song on the Alexa, and then you know the part when they go, a whoop coming on, a whoop coming on. Well, every time the song came on, they decided to sit there, a poop coming on, and they just jump into the pool. I mean, and they find this stuff hilarious. I mean, I just sitting there scratching my head, like, I just find it cool.
Listen, they gotta find ways to entertain themselves.
They sure do. They sure do. And what's pretty
Leave it
impressive,
to a kid.
pretty impressive, they found a song from 1994, about 15, 20 years before they were born, you know?
They went retro.
Oh, man.
Listen, kids are so much fun because they come up with the craziest games, and it's so funny to hear them say their little rules, and I think it's the funniest thing.
I love their conversations too. I
Oh, I
hear
know.
my kids having serious conversations about like Freddy Krueger and Jason and how they started, and I'm just like, why is this even a debate? And they're like, no, this is the backstory.
But we used to do the same thing as a kid, though. I remember. Don't you remember doing? Who remember Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody
Yes,
Mary?
Yes.
I know the backstory. I did it though, and it never worked.
It never worked.
No.
Hold on,
What-
let me open
all
the
right.
door. I'm in a dark room right now. Let me open the door. I'm just scared.
What is the backstory on
I'm
it?
still scared of that. I'm still scared of Bloody Mary.
What is the backstory on it?
Oh, yeah,
it's
now that you
named-
know.
It's named after the Queen Mary, Queen Elizabeth's older sister. She was the first. She was the first queen before Elizabeth, but she started killing people that were not Catholic. Killed all the Protestants, so they named her Bloody Mary. And anyone that she thought could, they didn't even have to be Protestant. If they looked like they were, she would kill them. She killed a lot of people. So that's the backstory.
Wow.
That
Yeah,
was crazy.
I don't know why I thought that was interesting, but yeah.
Laura, how is your e-learnings going on with your kids?
It's not so bad. They cut the workload down because I think now they understand that not everyone's situation is equal.
Yeah.
It's very hard for me to get one of my children to do their work. And one teacher, I hate to say this about teachers, but one teacher in particular still doesn't get it. And she's just like, gives so much work, incredible amounts of work. And then she just constantly messages me and she's like, did you get this done? And I'm like, we're working on it. I have 2 other children. So it's a little bit stressful. How's it with you?
It's going. I mean, it's keeping with the Zoom meetings because we're doing the Zoom meetings on a. I have a funny story to tell you about that reminds me. But the Zoom meetings. So they do. My daughter and my son. He's got 3 teachers, and my daughter's got the 1 teacher, and they have 4 different Zoom meetings, and they're doing these Zoom meetings, and it's funny, just this day and age, how everything is just, just natural. So was it my daughter? Yeah, it was my daughter, my younger one, was on her Zoom meeting, and next thing you know, I hear one of the kids rustling in the background. Apparently, he didn't mute his microphone, and he's sitting there, and he must have gone to the bathroom because you heard water. Water into the toilet. You might as well just throw Cheerios into the toilet, and then then you hear the toilet flushing. Yeah, it's like, man, nope. Everybody it's like common that people bring their iPads or iPhones or whatever devices into the bathroom and thinking it's not a big deal. And it's funny how, people are just so used to having these live microphones, such as Alexa and, and phones and podcasts, whatever with an open microphone. And everybody's just sitting there. I heard somebody yelling at their other child to do their schoolwork. It's like, man, I'm waiting for a fight to break out in the background. But, it's just kind of weird what day and age we're in now, that people are just like very cautious and be careful what's in the background. There's none of that anymore, but I make sure I do that with my kids.
Did your kids get their report card yesterday?
Yeah, they sure did. They sure did.
I haven't seen mine because my kids are at their dad's, so I'm waiting.
It's a link. I can forward you the link, and and you just put your kid's lunch number and their password if you know it. It's the same thing they use for their EPSI, and it brings it up right there. So it's real easy.
Yeah, I'll definitely do that.
Yeah, my sons got there yesterday. My 9-year-old all A's and B's.
Really?
My 11-year-old got all A's and B's, and he got 1 C. I had to talk to him about that C because like we A's and B's over here. But he did. They both did good. I didn't come down on them. It's a C. I'm just anxious to see that last report card when they started working from home.
I know.
I feel like they should just give the kids a pass on this last one because it was hard for us, the parents.
Yeah.
I think they will. A friend of mine is a teacher, and that's what they were instructed. It's as long as they make an attempt, they just get the satisfactory or whatever. If they did anything better, then they'll get extra credit for it. But I'm sure that's what's going to all come down. Did you see the statistics of the people logging in? Like Hillsborough County here in Tampa, Florida, is like 99% participation, which is pretty good. And then I think I saw with Sarasota County, only 10 people, which I find that amazing. 10 kids did not even bother logging into the online learning classes. So I think the participation is going well, but these online learning things
some parents
suck.
are working though, and if their kids are young, they can't log in.
Exactly.
But my kids don't. I haven't been putting my kids on Zoom, which is the classroom thing, just because I don't really have time, and I'm working with all of them. But I get all of their work done because the teachers download their work. It's
That's
just
awesome.
Zoom. They're just going to have to deal with it. They're not going to be on Zoom.
Yeah, mostly my son's Zoom is mostly like, hey guys, what's going on? Just seeing each other. I think that's about it. And there's one teacher does that, just like, hey, what's going on? Mostly. So it's nothing crazy, but the other 2 teachers are all lessened.
I do want to go back to that Zoom because you talked about the kid going to the bathroom and listening. Well, I saw a hilarious video. This guy, he was working from home and they were having a Zoom meeting, him and a couple coworkers. And apparently he forgot to log off after the meeting and he got up to, stretch. Apparently he was in his underwear. So his coworkers are seeing him like doing his little stretches, stretching out his back in his underwear. And they were black and red, like patterned boxers, and they're all like, oh my god, Dad, trying to get his attention, dying of laughter. And one girl had to call him on his phone, and she's like, we see you, we are all looking at you in your underwear. And he runs from a computer. He runs.
He might as well quit his job. It's over.
Oh my god, I was like, so that boy that peed on the Zoom, he needs to feel better because at least he didn't show his underwear.
That's not even bad. My friend, her daughter is like 16 and she was on Zoom, and my friend was in the background and she walked around in her bra and underwear because she needed to get clothes. And she didn't realize she was in the background of her daughter's Zoom, so she's just walking in as normal, and then the teacher goes, oh my, and then my friend's like, my friend has no shame. She's not embarrassed. She's just like, oh, I'm sorry. But her daughter, I feel so bad. Her daughter is like, Mom. That's terrible.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's a million stories out there that people could share, but
Oh,
but that's just two in my house and one in yours.
Wow. I don't have Zoom. I don't have kids to worry about that with, so thank you. But I do have a friend of mine who's a teacher, and he was talking about the Zoom, and he said that some of the stuff that he's been seeing and hearing on the Zoom cast, he said he doesn't even allow his kids to do Zoom, because they are some of those kids where they're doing Zoom, they're using Zoom as their personal Instagrams and they're saying and doing things in the background that are just totally not for school.
oh my God. Listen, I have to use Zoom for my meetings for work, and I always make sure that my back is up against the wall, or as you guys can see, my desk, like somewhere natural, neutral, so that nothing embarrassing happens.
Yeah,
Right.
gotta watch that background especially.
But
I stick my son in the corner of the kitchen, like that faces like the back wall. Even though I'm sure he's like changing over to like Minecraft or Roboblocks, or he'll correct
Yep.
me. It's Roblox, Daddy. I call it Roboblocks because it sounds better. But
Oh, don't say that. He's gonna get pissed. My kids play Roblox like crazy.
my son will be with your kids. I mean,
Yeah, probably.
but that's
But on another note, listen, I hope you don't mind me bringing this up, but I know you put it on our feed, so I'm going to bring it up anyway.
yeah. Go do it.
And there was a COVID rap challenge, and all boy Baxx was in the top 5. In fact, at one
Yeah.
was the standard bearer. They said, look, he sets the bar. You got to
Oh
be
yeah, good job.
Yeah, that's a fact, man.
I told y'all last week, but Baxx was spitting fire. I don't know if you guys heard it. I wish I had.
Oh yeah, of course.
Had the link to hear it again, but it was nice. Baxx, I got to give you your props on that, boy. You spitting that fire, buddy.
I appreciate that, man. I'm
To give him even more props, the music you hear in the beginning, that is courtesy of him.
That's our man Baxx. That's his music.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, our little intro music, that's my music. But Donald, you're a producer. I used to see you in there at the job with the mixer and everything.
Oh yeah.
You definitely got to link up, bro. We could drop
Oh
something.
yeah,
I'm
definitely.
actually working on a
Definitely gonna
real
do that.
project, man. I just changed my Instagram name. In a little bit, I'm about to go black. Like, you're not about to see me on social media because when I went to California, I dropped a whole EP. So I got a surprise coming for people, man. Like, I did it in the real studio. A lot of famous artists came through the studio that I recorded in, like Mariah Carey, Boosie. My producer, his name is Breeze World. If you check his IG, you'll scroll through his IG. He hangs with all the famous celebrities. He's friends with Steve Jobs' wife. So I got I've been secret about it, but it's a project. Since you brought up the music, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm gonna speak on it. Yeah, my project coming is called Fair Heights.
So stay tuned.
Remember the little people,
Right, remember us.
No, we the Blade
Yeah.
crew. We're not
remember
going
the Blade
nowhere.
crew.
Okay.
We the family. We did this right. When you put out the call for the podcast, I was thinking about, this podcast, we could blow this up. We could tie it into what I'm trying to do. And this is us. Listen, I'm a Taurus. We loyal. That's one thing about us. We might be controlling, but we loyal.
I'm a Gemini, and I really don't know anything about my sign.
I was just gonna say, I'm a Virgo, and I don't know what that means.
I think Geminis
Yeah,
are
me
cool.
too.
That's all I'm gonna say.
But yeah, on that studio thing, Baxx, I'm working. I'm trying to get I'm looking for a MIDI through box, and when I get it, I'm trying to convert my studio to MIDI because it was actually analog. I was recording live, and I didn't like some of that feel, so I want to get MIDI so I can so the sound more technically proficient. But in the meantime, I'm on that garage band, boy, and oh my goodness, I love it.
All right, let me know, bro. We gonna have to.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely have to hook up though. But yeah, I
You'll
just
be
want to
one of
keep your
those
props on
Instagram
target.
lives doing the concerts.
Oh yeah,
I
I like
love
the
this.
celebrity.
So is anybody looking forward to May 1st and going out to the beach and going to
I am not going to no beach.
Word?
I want to, but I think it's gonna be crowded. I want to go when there's like no one there.
Yeah, 9 o'clock at night probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm not a beach person even like before all this Corona crap. So I'm definitely not going after.
Have
don't like
anyone's
the-
life changed significantly?
Oh, it
Because
sure did.
some people are just homebodies. It doesn't change much.
I mean, I do miss going out to like restaurants and stuff,
Me too.
but for the most part, I like it.
Yeah, I still.
My shirt says brunch and mimosas. That's one of my favorite things.
I love those.
All right, who's here? Who's here? Speaking of going out, who's here single?
I can't. It's complicated.
Okay, it's complicated. Okay, Baxx, you single?
Hey, Lord, it's
No, I'm not single.
Okay.
My girlfriend in the other room right now.
Okay. Laura.
Like, no, I'm not. I promise.
All right.
I am.
So I saw this. It was like it was on Fox News or something like that. There's actually a website out there called ZoomDating.com, and we're not being supported by them, but just during my search. So basically, it says here, go on a Zoom date with someone your age at Zoom dating. So Laura, listen up. If you're busy, or just don't want to be pursued into a blind date or commit into something serious, but we need to meet people that are similar to you, sign up for Zoom Dating. Zoom Dating is a dating site for singles who want to meet new people in a safe, low pressure, that's good, low pressure, environment where they can meet a lot of new people in their age group in a short amount of time, sort of like speed dating. It's cheap, simple, and effective alternative speed to dating since it will net you dates with people in a small amount of time that you could do online. Hey, that rhymes. You don't have to head out to a location far away or sift through a large amount of dates in one evening. So it just goes on talking about Zoom dating. Laura, would you do that?
I would do it because I'm a social person and I think it's fun, but I wouldn't take it seriously because I feel like you could do the same thing on Facebook or any other social media. You can meet a large amount of people for free and you don't have to pay for it at all. And then Facebook offers Facebook dating, which is a bit like the same thing. But Zoom, I guess it would be fun. I'll try it.
Hey, it says here, no pressure. So, if you don't like the guy or in your case, the guy, at least you can say, oops, I lost my internet. Sorry, call disconnected.
I don't feel pressure anyways, but yeah.
At least you can give that as your excuse. But yeah, that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's crazy. I think it's gonna create a lot of players. I feel like people are gonna be their inboxes. Gonna be
You are so right.
Yep.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
So wait, did anyone sign up for Facebook dating?
I
No,
saw
I'm
it,
married.
but I did not sign up.
I accidentally did because I was trying to see what it was and it makes you create a profile.
Yeah.
But then I backed out of it because some weird people were on there.
I'm sure you started telling some stories last week.
Wait, what were you saying? What did you say about? You were talking about I attract weird people.
No, I said you could have stories of all these weird people. You started talking about it last time.
Yeah, I
our
do
show.
have a lot of those.
So maybe you do just attract the weird people.
Yeah, I think I do.
It's just something, your energy.
That sucks.
Oh my god. Well, speaking about dating, is anyone a fan of The Bachelor? Nobody?
No.
I used to watch it back in the day.
Alright, well, I don't watch it religiously, but I've seen it. Apparently, ABC is taking advantage of the quarantine and they're doing a bachelor. Well, they're thinking about doing a bachelor's in quarantine.
I saw a promo on it. No.
That is just so strange. I feel like it's just gonna be a bunch of Zoom dates because nobody can really go anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. How do you, make it all spicy and all that stuff? Hey, we went to the back room. You're gonna pick me, and I'm gonna sleep with you.
They can do like video sexting or something. I don't know.
I don't know if they can do that on the air.
Right? I don't know how it would be interesting.
And this
I
is
mean,
ABC. It has to be family.
right?
There we
On
go.
the subject of video sexting, isn't New York talking about how to protect yourself during the virus by masturbating?
Oh, that thing that AJ shared.
Yes.
Self-love.
This
Self-love is the
self-love.
best love.
Oh,
Yeah, they said that the PSAs for that were pretty graphic. That during the COVID virus, to protect yourself from getting the virus, and you're still trying to,
yeah. Ooh,
You're
AJ,
right.
you shared that one.
Okay. So this is from the New York Post. New York City Health Department gets graphic in coronavirus sex memo. So basically, I'll just read part of the article here. It's not always better to love the one you're self-isolating with. The Department of Health issued guidance. They actually issued guidance Saturday. This was from a few weeks ago on ways to stay COVID-19 free when the birds and the bees beck and call. First foremost, self-love is the best and least dangerous kind of love. If you're safe, yeah, I know. If you're this is from the Department of Health. If you're the safest sex partners, the document reads: masturbation will not spread COVID-19. Especially if you wash your hands and your sex toys with soap and water for at least 20 seconds.
I mean, I hope people are doing that.
Yeah, really. Why would you be using dirty?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But the agency did not entirely throw the cold water on the idea. Oh, cold water, oh God, of bumping another virus-free human. So basically, they're just telling you to self-love. I mean,
Did y'all hear
now is the time for
the beginning of my verse? I said, global pandemic
Yeah.
got me stressed out, borderline schizophrenic, stuck up in this house, scared to touch my girl, but I gotta get it out. So
yeah, you said that.
no kissing in the mouth. No, I'll hit it from the back, but no kissing in the mouth.
But the article is saying you can still sleep with the person you're quarantined with. Just don't go out having orgies. They're saying don't go have orgies, is what they're saying.
well, Tampa Bay is known for their orgies, sex capital in Nebraska, right?
That's just like an awkward article. It just was awkward. It gave me like weird parent vibes that when you try to sit your child down and teach them about the birds and the bees, and you're real awkward about it. That's the vibes I got from that article.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
Tampa
you
Bay
already
is
know
known
what
for
to
that.
do.
Tampa's known. We just gonna keep our eyes wide shut on that issue.
Oh, I did hear Tampa was very up there with STDs, so
Yeah.
Yeah, what's that
I
neighborhood
just
Shining.
up there? Is it up in, where is it up north? It's sort of outside of Gainesville, the capital of the world of STDs.
ew.
Oh, what?
Disgusting.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, oh, Jesus, I can't remember the name of
Now I'm definitely staying indoors.
Yeah, I can't remember. Oh, the Villages.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah,
that
it's
sounds like a cult. Like, what is that?
the
Is that
Villages.
the retirement
That sounds like
area?
a-
Yeah, it's a retirement.
It's like
Yeah, the retirement areas. I heard about that.
Yeah.
Ew, those old
Wait,
people
wait.
are having sex? Ew.
Yep. Oh, wait. What's that noise? That's somebody's vibrator.
Oh my god.
Stop.
Oh no, we gotta
just
make sure gotta make sure we wash it too.
Ugh.
Okay. Yeah, actually somebody put a posted on YouTube a vibrating sound, so you know what? Yeah.
Like,
So if you
I
got
feel like we just glossed over the whole retirement. Let's just go back to that.
yeah, hey, we did. Yes.
Wait,
All right.
the old people are fucking like crazy? What is
Yeah.
happening?
Yeah, the Villages. It's up in North Florida area. Let's see here. Let me get a news story or something like that
BRB,
before.
I'm gonna throw up real quick.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. So
I thought like once you turn a certain age, like your libido goes down, but I guess they're all on Viagra or something.
Yeah, pretty much. Or they're just bored. I don't know. It's just no. I don't wanna.
okay, I found something here. Okay, I googled
Oh,
just
God,
I
I'm
googled it.
afraid.
It's from thevillagesnews.com. So I haven't read it yet. So the Villages 101. What is the truth by the urban legend of STDs in the villages? All right, I'll just.
Sounds like a scary movie.
It does.
From it to like, freaking Freddy Krueger is gonna come out anytime now.
So the primary care physician in the community ties the village's brass that did their part to kill the urban myth about the rampant STDs in the mega retirement community. He was quoted saying that neither nor his colleagues had seen any kind of increases of STDs of 5,000 patients that nearly treated. Okay, maybe it was an urban legend, but it's from the Village's News, so I don't know. I don't know if they're trying to like steer people to come to the villages and live there, and you don't get an STD. But I heard
That
some.
still sounds like a cult.
Yeah.
Even with that
scary.
description, it sounds even more culty.
Right. The urban legend plus the villages plus the old people plus
You're
the
gonna join. If there's a leader with long hair and he's telling you to join, just don't do it.
Yeah.
Everybody,
He
come
said- she
move to
said
the
with long
village.
hair.
Come move to the villages. Real estate's dirt cheap. STD at no charge.
And yeah, I don't wanna. I'll stay here.
Yeah, I'll stay here for now. But pretty interesting. Hey, but you know what? You're old and you're retired, and you know what? You don't have much more to live. Maybe they don't care. I
You
don't know.
don't have much more.
They don't care if they get STDs. They're not going to live too much longer. But
Ew.
all
This
right.
is just upsetting.
On that note, what else do we have before we close down the show?
Anybody?
Anything? Yeah, I know. We're at an hour 18 minutes right now.
Yeah, I'm just looking through. I think we covered everything that we all wanted to talk about. I mean, Donald Trump and
This was a good show.
Good show,
Yeah,
guys.
Donald Trump and old people.
appreciate
Yes, that's a great sum up.
maybe Donald Trump can go to the villages.
Yes.
I don't wanna. No, that's not an image we want. Ugh.
Donald Trump is the villager.
He is. He's probably the
He's a
leader of
village
the
idiot.
cult.
You're right.
Oh my God! Confirmed. He's the leader.
Wow. All right, Donald, you want to close out the show?
All right, thank you so much to our guests today for the insights and the information and the testimonies. We hope that you get something from it. We had a guest on here today who survived COVID-19 and another guest who was part of the front lines in the epicenter, New York. So we want to thank them for their contributions to the show. We want to thank everybody for listening. And again, if you have any comments, good or bad, make sure you hit the comment button. And if you like the show, make sure you hit that thumbs button and the subscribe button to Tea Time with the Blade Crew, where we cut out the bullshit. So on that note, guys, thank y'all for coming out. My co-host, AJ, Laura, Elisa, and Baxx especially. Hey, we're going to see you guys next week. Thank you. Have a great week, guys, and we'll see you soon.
All right. Yes, thank you, guys. Blade Crew, out of here. Make sure you wash your vibrators.
Oh God.